So you are afraid of something. We all go a little mad sometimes. You don't know what death is.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Welcome to the madness.
We are the Mouths of Madness, your new favorite podcast for horror movie reviews. We're coming to you live tonight from the Dungeon of Doom and our reality television show. This is our episode 54 on the 2025 Hard Eyes. My name is Kevin, and welcome to Mad Love. It's your new favorite reality TV show where we take your sexy co-eds and we place them in danger or love with their favorite St. Valentine's Day killers. And let's meet the killers. We have Black Daddy.
When you're with me, you don't need a safe word. Your soul will be mine.
Ooh, I think my basement flooded. Next, let's go on to the Lil Cupid.
I'm gonna put an arrow right through your heart.
Ooh, my heart is fluttering. We already got the audience going, man. We don't want copyright infringement.
I'm just fluttering around.
Last but not least, we have the white chocolate.
Nathan, you gotta put the air horn.
This is the dumbest bit. This is the dumbest one. Hey guys, it's me, the white chocolate, and I'm ready to put everyone away with my white chocolateness. Now easy, everybody. Easy.
Oh, settle down, white chocolate. Settle down. Oh, man.
Easy, white chocolate.
Oh, all these killers are ready to go. How about you out there? Which co-ed are we gonna match up with their perfect killer? Pew, 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 pew. There are a lot of other great horror movie podcasts out there, but what separates us from the other ones is that we're going to be giving you the older versus younger generation perspective. Myself, Dan, and Bearclaw were all born in the 1980s, while my son Logan was born in the 2000s. So this is the clash of the generations. Without any further ado, grab your vibrator. Without any further ado, grab your vibrator, bring your metal straw, stay single, and let's dive into the madness. We watched Hard Eyes from 2025. It was written by Philip Murphy, Christopher Landon, and Michael Kennedy. This was directed by Josh Rubin. Casting-wise, we have Olivia Holt as Allie. What's she best known for?
Kicking it.
Yeah, that's what I've written down.
I have no idea. I've never seen her before.
She was in, God, there's so many. I could probably name every Disney show she's been on. Girl vs. Monster was one.
Yep.
Got a little bit of a fan here, huh?
Hey.
Well, I watched Disney around
It's all
that
right.
time.
Yeah.
What else was she in? She was in a couple other like big Disney shows during that time.
Yeah, she's definitely a Disney actress for sure.
She did a movie.
A little bit of a departure then on this one.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Disney.
She's finally out of her contract.
She was in this Christmas movie just recently that was pretty good. I kind of recommended, I think, like last year, and it was actually pretty good. I think that came out after Hard Eyes, but still pretty good year for her last year.
Nice. We have Mason Gooding as Jay. What's he best known for?
Scream 5 and 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have Gigi Zombato as Monica. What's she best known for?
I feel like I've seen her, but I don't know.
Who's Monica?
The best friend.
Oh, okay. She wasn't in it very long.
Yeah, she wasn't. I thought I'd list her, though, because she's a pretty big TV actress. She's been on The Rookie, Bridge and Tunnel, which I've never seen, but she was also in Pitch Perfect 2 as well.
Oh, well, then probably not.
We have Michaela Watkins as Crystal Kane. How about her?
The boss?
The boss, yeah. Her big thing was SNL. She was also a pretty big TV actress as well. She did Abbott Elementary, Law and Order, and she was in the Wanderlust movie, which I never saw. We also have Devon Sawa as Detective Hobbs.
What's going on with Devon Sawa? He's in this movie for like 10 minutes.
I agree.
How are you gonna have
Bearclaw.
Devon Sawa and how are you gonna have a talent like that and not use them?
What's he best known for?
Oh, Final Destination.
Idle Hands.
Idle Hands.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this is the third movie we've done with Devon Sawa.
Casper.
Casper as well. Did you know we've done 3 movies from 2 other actors, Sigourney Weaver and Tony Todd, which I didn't realize till I went
Devon
back.
Sawa joins the list.
Yeah. Does he join another list? Ooh, little tease for later.
Little tease.
And lastly, we have Jordana Brewster as Detective
Oh.
Shaw.
Too Fast, Too Furious. Well, she wasn't in that one, but she
And The
was in
Faculty,
Fast.
right?
The Faculty, yeah. We
Faculty,
have
yeah.
done another movie of
She's in
hers.
pretty much all the Fast and Furious movies. Except for Too Fast.
Logan's got a little crush on her.
No.
Oh.
Young Jordana Brewster, yes.
Oh. Well, what's wrong
From
with her
the
now?
first Fast and Furious movie.
No.
Yeah.
Hard Eyes has a budget of $18 million. Do you know how much it made at the box office?
This was much more expensive than I thought it was going to be. I don't know. If I was to take a swing, because this came out and this was kind of a little bit of a sleeper hit, I'm going to go 60 million.
Logan.
20?
I'm gonna go a little lower than Bearclaw. I'm going 53.
Numbers are hard. It
Gotta
made
take off my
$33.1 million.
Oh, man.
Logan's the closest.
Wow, it did pretty good. I was thinking it was just gonna make like
I thought
15.
more people saw it in theaters.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that hurt this movie was not enough promotion.
That's why I went low, because I'm like, the marketing
Yeah.
wasn't good. I don't remember anybody in that theater when we first
I think
saw
what
it.
really hurt this movie is making a Valentine's Day horror movie. I think
That's really
That's
hard.
the core of the pain.
Yeah.
My Bloody Valentine would like a word.
Oh.
I liked My Bloody Valentine. I think I gave that a killer. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you gave her Survivor.
I did give it a Survivor. Okay, well, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of stand by that.
All right.
Nathan, drop the song.
Currently on Rotten Tomatoes, Hard Eyes has a 78% critic score and a 76% audience score. So this is certified fresh.
That's pretty good.
Let's give you our overall thoughts on Hard Eyes. Dan, start us off.
This movie is a lot of fun. It's a genre-bending horror rom-com, and I never thought I'd be on board with such a concept. What I really appreciate about this movie is the pacing. You're either laughing over some witty dialogue, physical humor, or some oh shit moments from the killer. It makes a lot of sense that one of the writers, Christopher Landon, is also attached to recent slashers like Freaky and the Happy Death Day series.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Those films offer a similar structure in which they never let up in trying to keep the viewer's engagement. They play up the humor, but know when to sprinkle in the seriousness. The design of the Hard Eyes killer is pretty cool. I like Heck's loadout of a powered crossbow, some throwing knives, and a machete. It's Cupid meets Jason.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it is
true.
really cool.
The kills in this movie are pure shock value. And one thing I really appreciate about this movie is the sound effects that go along that complement all the physical acts of brutality are just are right there. They're perfect. Olivia Holt and Mason Gooding are great in this movie. I really appreciate how their characters' insecurities for why they are single are spotlighted, and I think their neuroticism is so relatable. The feelings of jadedness and fear of being vulnerable to hopelessly longing for someone who loves the way you want to be loved. I would say that, like, in a way, the Hard Eyes killer is almost like a manifestation of your own personal insecurities and maybe spliced in with, like, cultural norms and gender roles and all of that anxiety-inducing stuff that kind of encapsulates like dating.
Oh.
With that being said, I really wanted Jay Simmons to be the Hard Eyes killer. It's like the one thing that disappointed me, but I respect the decision to not go for the obvious nice guys are actually assholes trope. Devin Sawa, this guy doesn't miss. Every movie he's in, I seem to enjoy. And Jordana Koogster in uniform. My basement.
My basement just flooded.
Oh, I love it. Got me all hyped up. Bearclaw, what's your thoughts?
This movie kind of starts off on a back foot with me because I don't like Valentine's Day. If Art the Clown, the Crow, and the personification of Valentine's Day were in front of me and I had a gun with 2 bullets in it, I would shoot the Valentine's Day personification twice.
Wow.
Also, as I was writing that out, because that's kind of a Michael Scottism from The Office, Art the Clown versus the Crow. That might be an interesting movie. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there.
You
Like,
killed me. Yeah,
Well,
you did.
I'm hooked. Let's go.
Yeah, like I'm just
Bearclaw,
saying.
start writing
I'm
this.
gonna say, I think I'm gonna get my fan fiction hat on and
Yeah.
start authoring something like that as I was writing that joke. But no, I mean, I just really don't like Valentine's Day. But this whole movie for me was a real battle between my brain and my heart, because my brain was kind of looking at this movie and, you know, I hate it conceptually because it's like a Valentine's Day movie and why make the movie. But then my heart, you know, game kind of recognizes game. If you gave somebody the assignment to write a Valentine's Day horror movie, I don't know that you could do it much better than this was done. And then, you know, my brain comes in after my heart kind of says that, and my brain says the killer is bland, and it takes tropes from horror and rom-com, and like, you know, it just kind of mashes all of that together into kind of soup. But then my heart goes, it's kind of blatant satirization of all of those tropes. Like, I've had to sit through a lot of Hallmark movies and a lot of terrible romantic comedies, and it hits the notes of those, and it's doing it intentionally.
Right.
You know, the intention behind it makes all the difference. And it's also hitting the intentional tropes of like some really bad slasher movies. Like the fact that there's no way you could guess who the killers were. Like the mystery is unsolvable. And they did that, but they did it with intention in this movie. You know, you couldn't guess who there's no clues that could lead you there. Like, but they treat it like it's a big mystery reveal at the end. I thought that was just hilarious. And they use the tropes from all the rom-com, which is like, you know, fall in love. The whole thing happens over a day and they're madly in love with each other.
That's a good point. I didn't think of that.
Storytelling, like she's constantly on the fence, like about whether or not she's going to go with him or not.
I'll come back to my hotel and try and crack this campaign before my flight.
Jay, can't.
And like constantly, like to a comic degree, like no, I won't. Yes, I will. Like so that's classic rom-com. And you know, the man has his balls fully removed. That's also classic rom-com. Like, just no manhood whatsoever. And then you know, the slasher, the unguessable multiple killers, that made me laugh in the end when it was like just the IT guy. And
it's me, David. The IT guy.
And then the other one was just somebody, because we've had a couple of slasher movies where it was like, there's no way I could have guessed. It was Bill from down the road. Like, okay.
I know what you did last summer.
It's me, the IT guy.
What? Yeah. What? The themed weapons, the incompetent police, the crazy masks. I mean, it was intentionally playing to those tropes, you know, and that's what my heart says about it. So I don't know. That's just really my my initial take on it. It is, you know, my brain kind of says that I shouldn't like a lot of these things, but the way that they put them together and the intentionality that they were put together really led to some great moments.
Yeah, I think that this movie is one of the best written horror movies we've had in a while.
Yeah.
This movie takes a big swing, and listen, I've seen reviews on this from everything like this is the greatest horror movie ever to like this sucks and like how dare you combine a slasher and a rom-com. Like I think this movie, like I said, takes a really big swing of combining two genres because it doesn't usually work out. I mean, because you usually have to commit to one of those genres and then it fucks the other genre up in your movie. But this to me is the best I've seen it done, where like you're blending two different genres together,
especially two completely different, like other ends of the spectrum together. You know what I mean?
And to your point though, Bearclaw, this is the perfect opportunity to do this for a Valentine's Day slasher movie, right? Because like if this happened in October, like, well, what the fuck? Like, it falls a little flat. But like because it's Valentine's Day, because they're going with the angle of the rom-com and like what happens if a rom-com turned into a slasher movie? It would look like this, and it'd be pretty fucking good and entertaining, in my opinion, because I think you get a really good rom-com and you get a really good slasher.
And sometimes the magic, in my opinion, is like when they mix, because there was times when I was like, oh, this stupid rom-com trope, like not knowing how the movie's going to go. But then all of a sudden a killer pops out and smashes somebody in the head, you know?
To Dan's point, what he said, it's like when the horror has to be horror, it's horror and it's serious, and there's no build up to it either. It just happens. And that's what's actually scary in this movie. We'll get into a lot of the real kind of intricacies because the Hard Eyes Killer, I love the look. We'll talk a little bit more about that coming up, but I want to get Logan's overall thoughts on Hard Eyes.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with whatever has been said. Like, I see the negativity. I see the different people, like, having their opinions on it. But in my opinion, you can go fuck yourself. Like, this movie is perfect. This movie is perfect.
You can write to Logan
like,
at the header room.
You can write at me. You can tell me everything. Like, if you hate it, it's fine. It's just... And you know what the thing is? It's fair because I know there are people that love to have an opinion. And it's fair to have an opinion. But the people that I've seen have opinions, their opinions don't make sense to me. You just list a bunch of things out about this movie that you hate, and it doesn't make sense to me because it's like, you see this movie and you see trash, I see this movie and I see absolute cinema. This movie is the perfect balance between two different genres. I was literally like in shock when I first saw this, and I didn't want to rewatch it because of the fact I loved it so much on my first watch. Like, I was like, that was amazing. Like, I was like, how can you just say, oh, I want a rom-com movie, but I also want to do a horror movie, and say, why not both? And this movie does it to perfection. Like, the casting choices were phenomenal. Everyone played their part to perfection. Like, even the main roles. Like, I think even the
opening couple was awesome.
Yes! Yeah. That was awesome.
No, I didn't want it in food.
I told you not to put it in my food.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
Fine.
Sorry.
They played everything that was like, it's realistic. It's a realistic movie.
And she's like miming the word, like the proposal.
Yeah, because she wrote them.
I love it. I think everybody plays their part to perfection. I love slasher movies, and I think for years there's never been a perfect slasher movie. This might be the best slasher movie I've seen in quite some time. Because of the fact that I love the fact that they played with us and that they played with the audience by having you see multiple characters playing different suspicious parts. Because I think there are multiple times in this movie where I'm like, these people are way too clean cut. Or these people are keeping things way too close to the chest. I think that's good. Like, everybody is a suspect. I like that in a slasher movie, and this movie does it really well.
Yeah. The rules from Scream coming in.
I think this movie too, what's so good about it is yes, you're right. Like, there was no marketing. There was no advertising for it. Good.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see anything about this movie in any teasers or anything. And so every scene was shocking to me because I never saw it before. There were different things that this movie really pulled out. I think this movie is definitely shades of some of my favorite horror movies, like Freaky and Happy Death Day. And I think obviously that's because of who is attached to the movie, but it's I love next gen horror that can really not just be another Terrifier. It's it's more of that. It can be well written and also have such a compelling story to it that has different intricacies of not just horror but romance and just a pure balance between two different genres.
I think a lot of the people that hated this movie hated the tropes that this movie was satirizing. That's a fair opinion to have on this movie, I think, is saying, well, I absolutely hate rom-coms, and this was just like watching a rom-com. But I think there was intentionality to that, and that they wanted, the stupid coffee scene.
Yeah, they wanted it to be cringe.
They wanted it to be cringe.
Yeah, they
that
wanted
was the
it.
idea.
That was the plan.
Yeah.
You can't sit here and tell me that, this rom-com movie wasn't supposed to be, because let's be honest, all Hallmark movies are really cringe and really drawn out to just be this over.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to yuck anybody else's yum, but there's a formula, right?
Yeah.
What I think makes this movie, in my opinion, a little bit unique is it's kind of, because I think there was a lot of ways that this could have gone sideways, but it adds comedy and it puts the two genres together. And the comedy is kind of like the stitching that holds
like the glue.
them. It's the glue that kind of, because there's comedy on the slasher side and there's comedy on the rom-com side. I think that's the glue of this movie, and that's a very tricky road to walk that they did with a really expertly written and shot script.
Yeah,
Like,
I think too, at the end of the day, it comes down to preference, right? Because I've seen a lot of people that don't like this because it is too comedy, too romance, and it doesn't feel enough horror for some people. Like, they want their horror to be horror.
I don't know, man. If you
somebody does get their head crushed in a wine press, I mean, that was pretty, seeing somebody's eyes pop out was pretty...
If you didn't think there was enough horror, what the hell do you think horror
Like I
is?
said, it's like preference. Like, some people like more nihilistic
and watch
very horror movie, right? This has a little bit more fun elements to it, and
It has heart.
Has
I like
eyes.
that.
Let's get in. You teased the opening. I want to start right away at the opening because talking about what this movie is, the opening tells us exactly what this
It's the
movie
antithesis
is, right?
of this movie. Like, it's pretty much like it leaves you right in.
Opening is amazing.
I love it.
Yeah,
I thought it was good too.
The first kill is just iconic.
It is great. And we get obviously the setup, like this is a romantic comedy, right? They give us the music right away. We have the orchard scene, a nice proposal. Oh my God, this is touching the heart, right, Bearclaw?
Exactly. And it's one of those things that like is staged for the gram. And I mean, it's very relatable
Yes!
in today's modern,
It's
in today's
relatable.
modern world.
Dan talked about that too, like of just like this feels like
It's realistic.
Realistic, right? Yeah, like in this could
You know, it's the Instagram influencer whose life is too perfect. You know what I mean? Like, of course it's staged. It has to be. It can't be. Those pieces can never come together like that. Like, that's just not how it works. Like,
And that's what the
there's
hard eyes is
production
after.
value, you know?
right. And it's like we said, it establishes the tone too right away because all of a sudden it turns in a heartbeat to like, okay,
Yeah,
now
you're laughing because he's doing that, and then all of a sudden a machete goes through the camera of the photographer who's just like, I gotta just get out of here. Like, I felt bad for the photographer because he's got to deal with that bullshit in like the last moments of his life.
Let me re-propose to my fucking girlfriend so you can do your job right.
Technically, she's your fiance.
Don't get cute with me. Do it right.
But like, you know, I mean, that's kind of the funny thing is
That was
Kind of
a
out of
brutal
left
kill.
field. He kills the cameraman because like his whole thing is killed. Their whole thing is killing couples.
No,
I mean,
no
like,
witnesses.
He goes crazy. I mean, they kill a bunch of people at the movie theater. I mean, I don't know that there's a strict,
they were all
I don't think I don't think there's a strict moral code.
I think
all kink.
I think a lot of this movie plays with the killer because a lot of the kills are more aggressive and a lot of them are more playful. The winery scene was very aggressive. There wasn't a lot of play being used. It was just for the necessity of killing someone, like where the killer's calling her in the wine where she's like hiding. It's just so that he can find her. But like there's scenes in this movie where like the hard eyes is like on the swings and they're being very playful. There's different levels to this hard eyes killer.
because it's multiple people.
Because it's multiple people. So they play with that a lot where they have you guessing like this person is different than this person because they're not killing it the same way. They're doing it differently. But the first kill was so aggressive, and then the hard eyes killer is just getting more and more. It's actually like, it's not a theory. It's like really proven at the end of the movie. Why that is.
Why that is, right? I love the just the cinematography here.
Oh,
of
yeah.
The orchard and how it's foggy and she's running through. These are great shots, I think, too. And then we get into the wine press, right?
Oh,
what an amazing
fantastic.
kill to open this movie up with.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, you
I
can't
was just
hide
wondering
in
what she
there.
was in for a long time. I didn't figure it out until the things came together. And it's like, oh, it's a wine press because they're at a winery. You know, I didn't put that together. I was like, what the hell is she in?
Yeah, I just love the image too of the hose with the blood coming out, like kind of wine-esque. It was really well done because it gives you like the two different genres right away with a rom-com and horror. Boom. Let's get into the hard eyes killer themselves, I guess, because
A thruple.
yeah. What are your thoughts on the look of the hard eyes killer? Dan, you had talked a little bit about it in the opening. Is this an iconic killer?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I like the killer, but I think to Bearclaw's point, there isn't really much originality to the look other than like, oh, he's got hearts over a ski mask and a light
The
up.
burlap sack.
But
I thought it was a gimp mask.
but like
It looked like a gimp mask.
the look is one thing, but how the killer acts and how they go about things and how menacing they are, I feel like makes them more memorable than like their look itself.
Yeah.
See, I would say the killers are cool, but not iconic.
Okay.
Like, I think the mask is cool, but like, I don't know. Does there need to be a Hard Eyes 2 or 3? I don't know, maybe, but it's cool. But I mean, the killer doesn't, honestly, it's one of the weaker points of the movies, but I think it's still conceptually it's cool. I think it's cool that they're playing on all the tropes of a slasher movie. But if you were to ask me, is the killer memorable or special in this movie? I'd say probably not. I mean, they kind of use a variety of weapons, which is they're neat weapons like the arrows and stuff that are the collapsing arrows and stuff. I think it's all neat, but it's not iconic. It's not Freddy's glove, which I'm looking at right now. It's not Jason's mask and machete. It's not Michael Myers' kitchen knife, you know? There's a certain iconic vibe with those that just isn't there with this killer. I mean, the mask is cool, though. I don't want to take away from it. It's still neat, and the machete's cool, and the heart knives or whatever.
I love the little heart emblems in these weapons.
Yeah.
I thought
Throwing
it was
knives.
Yeah.
I think it's neat, but it's not iconic.
I mean, I don't think it's necessarily iconic. I agree with Bearclaw. It is really cool. I think my big thing is, well, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'm expecting a sequel to do more justice to Hard Eyes himself. And I'm expecting someone a lot more like, because, you know, there is a thing with me where it's like, you have to do it bigger and better. If the next Hard Eyes killer is more aggressive and more like actually put together like a cooler, like it's not the same suit, it's like a different one that's like new and improved, like I'm in. But like, yeah, I agree. Like, I don't think the suit is all that great. The Hard Eyes is pretty cool. The knives are cool.
I really liked the look where he actually, or she, maybe it was a he, they turned on the hard eyes. And
Like the little infrared light.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Predator.
Yeah, I liked that scene, and I wish we got to see more of that, of the Hard Eyes killer turning on the hard eyes and glowing and things like that.
Yeah.
And I think you could have played with that more.
You could have done some Silence of the Lambs shit with that.
Yeah, for sure, and
I
gone
think
more in that.
There's so much potential that I'm down for a sequel.
I think a sequel would ruin this movie. I don't know. Or how do you do a sequel, though?
I know. That's why I'm like, I don't want
I have
it,
an
but
idea, but I'm
want
saving it for later.
Okay.
To me, this is, I don't know if this is iconic yet, right? Because this is the first one.
It's just the first.
But this is one of the coolest new looking slashers we've had in a while, in my opinion, and stands out a little bit. I'm a big fan of the slasher that has a gimmick, right?
Yeah.
And this is very gimmick.
Everyone's got a
Puts
gimmick
fresh
these
coat
days.
of paint on the genre.
Yeah, and I like it. It's fun. And I really like, you had said something, Dan, about the sound effects. I love when the Hard Eyes killer's walking and the big boot sounds. Boom, boom, boom. That gives terror. That gives impending doom, and I love it. I didn't like the new I Know What You Did Last Summer that much, but what they do really well in that movie is they make the fisherman character like that, with the big boots and just coming at you like this is a freight train.
I like that it was silent in those moments where like he was just walking. I thought that was like really good because it gets suspenseful. You're in like awe.
Yeah, to your point, like the Hard Eyes killer hits like a fucking truck.
Yeah.
And he does too, because like there's moments where he's not using a weapon. He's just punching at you. Like he's just like battering Mason Gooding's character and Olivia Holt. And they both get knocked out like with 3 good punches with like a bloody nose and shit.
Yeah. And I want to get into Olivia Holt and Mason Gooding as Allie and Jay. What's your thoughts on these characters? Because I think they had to carry a ton of this movie, right?
They were most of this movie pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I think they played their parts exceptionally well. I mean, they had to be kind of rom-com goobers, you know, like they had to be that rom-com couple, and I think they did it really well. I think they executed on that. I don't know that romantic comedies necessarily have the highest bar for acting, but I think they played their parts really well of being kind of insufferable rom-com love interests. Again, you know, the indecisive female lead who should she go with him or should she not? And she changes her mind. Like it was comical by the end, or like the airport chasing him down at the airport.
The airport
and,
scene, yeah.
By that time, she had already said no to him and then ran back to him like 5 times. Like at first, I didn't appreciate it, and I was like, "Oh, are they going to do this?" But then by the time they had gotten to that point, it really started to dawn on me, like, "Oh, they're playing the tropes.
Yeah.
They're playing the
Yeah, they're just playing
They're
it.
playing the hits.
It's like a satire,
pretty
pretty much.
Exactly.
It's like
And-
Scary Movie playing like a rom-com, pretty much.
Exactly. And, you know, oh, she's like some marketing executive and she creates a campaign about killing.
That was so funny.
Wow, profiting off the death of couples to sell rings. Speechless.
That was pretty hilarious.
That
about,
does us part.
Star-crossed lovers that like killed each other like on Valentine's Day, and the boss is just like, "What the fuck is this?"
I love how she's like, well, you approved it. And you're like,
Well, you approved it. Because I trusted you.
I've trusted you.
I trusted you.
That's a cool thing, though, too, that they tie in this where the Hard Eyes killer is impending doom, and they put it in with like TV spots and things like that.
Like news bulletins.
Yeah, and it's like this killer could come to your city.
And don't they call it like the Heck Killer?
Yeah,
or
the
something?
HEK.
They call him
Yeah, or
HEK,
Heck, yeah.
Hard Eyes
yeah.
Killer.
That's menacing, and that's cool.
So that's kind of a cool thing that, you know, she didn't realize that this was a big thing going on, and here's her ad that's just like, hey,
Hey,
let's capitalize
what
off of
happens
that.
if you die? What happens if couples die on Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Even if she didn't know, that's really like distasteful in a way. You're marketing death.
I liked the meet cute they had at the coffee shop.
Oh, that was hella funny.
away. I think it gives you a good indication of their characters because she's basically like, you know, fuck this guy. Like, this is my coffee. And he's like, yeah, I have the same coffee.
I like that they're repeating the order with the guy repeating it, and then they're like talking, and then the guy's like, you're holding up the line.
Thought I was the only one in the world with the most obnoxious coffee order.
It's a pretty common order, actually. Can you guys move? We're busy.
He's like, this is not an uncommon coffee order. Just go. Get out of the way.
I thought we had a little nod here to a movie that we're covering on Straight Jacket Talk in Valentine, where she bumps into him with her head and gives him a bloody nose. I was like, oh, this is a little maybe homage to the Valentine killer.
I haven't seen Valentine.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah, and then they put in another line about crazy, stupid love. Just the writing in this is very, very smart.
No, they did their job, and I'm very sure that they probably watched like every rom-com known to man before this, or at least did their research ahead
Probably
of time. They
just
had
watched one or two and got. They're all.
They have a
pretty much the
research
same.
team though. They have like a whole team of people that have like these different things. So I'm sure like they had like it all written out. But they did a really good job of like referencing different types of like rom-coms through this movie.
Well, like Bearclaw has talked about too. I didn't realize, thinking about it, this all happens in one day. Right?
Yeah.
Very rom-com.
This is not the worst day of my life. I love that line.
Even though this should be the worst day of my life, I'm glad to have met you. And he's probably like, yeah, we are getting.
Logan was pointing out when we were watching, it's kind of weird that they're at dinner here, talking over their work proposal and things like that. But that's very rom-com, right?
Like if you examine it, if you take even a second to take a breath and examine rom-coms, they just fall apart at the seams. Like
that's what I'm
no
saying.
real people would ever follow the series of events that happen.
People that are arguing against this movie, I can like depict every little thing that they have a problem with. I can sum it up with, it's supposed to be that way.
That it was done intentionally. It's like one of those bad Christmas movies. Like, oh, okay, the girl from the big city, you know, comes and finds the guy who's never left town and is like a hometown hero, and she decides to open a bakery and fall in love with him. I mean, that's like the blueprint of all of this. And like, it's the same kind of thing with the modern rom-com, and they just kind of took that and then said, okay, but we're going to punctuate that with serial killer, and it's going to be this hard eyes, and they sewed it all together with comedy, and I was laughing most of the time. I mean, this is a comedy horror movie, so
I think that dinner though too is kind of the starting gun for everything, because first off, in the conversation Jay and Allie have, it gets really into why they are the way they are
Their
with
issues.
love, right? And their issues.
And somehow I landed a job that forces me to propagate a fantasy in order to sell blood diamonds harvested from third world slave labor. So please forgive me if I'm not swept away by your magical notions of romance, Jay.
Yeah, like she's closed off. She just got out of a bad
Literally
relationship.
somebody they had met a couple hours ago. They're having this like deeply sought out like
Well, Jay didn't
emotional
really say anything.
cleansing.
Yeah, well, Jay was just kind of taking it all, and he was being the punching bag a little bit here.
Yeah.
Although he was a little, I would say, forthright in finding out.
He
what's
was
going
like,
on.
you were like Brago. Like, he was like getting very like inquisitive.
You've had your heart broken recently.
She was like, okay, fuck this guy.
And then
like,
they see the
getting
X
tired.
outside of the
That's the
restaurant.
starting
That's the
gun.
starting gun.
Right.
It's
She
like-
kisses Jay, and then the hard eyes killer was gonna kill the other couple.
Oh my god, the chemistry.
Your chemistry is undeniable.
Oh my god.
And it's funny too, because like those guys just learned that their best friends that they were gonna meet for dinner that night at that restaurant were slaughtered. They still decide to go out. Well, we've got the reservation.
We got it,
anyway,
yeah. You know how hard it is to get a
fuck it,
reservation at this fucking place?
Oh, at least you got the resi. And I like how they're both like, and you still decided to go?
Still kept the reservation.
Dinner.
Of course. In their honor.
Well, of course, in their honor. Like, oh, okay.
Be thinking about them.
Yeah, like fuck this. I wish the hard eyes killer did kill them.
Yeah, I was a little bit sad that they didn't meet their end by the hard eyes killer, to be honest. They were the only insufferable couple that didn't, I think.
I think what, like, most movies that pisses me off is they forget about things. This movie banks on you forgetting things and then bringing it right back up every split second, because like the big thing for me that they bring up a lot is the metal straw.
Metal straw.
Hate paper straws. They just turn into mush in like 3 seconds.
Throughout the movie, they
Chekhov
keep on
straw.
bringing it up. It's a Chekhov straw where they keep on
100%.
bringing it up. They keep on like,
I knew that straw was gonna come into play.
because it was brought up too much that you're like, yeah, you know it's going to be used, but you're waiting for it now. You're like waiting
See,
for it.
I got played in pretty perfectly because I was like, this fucking girl and her straw, man, is gonna kill me. And well, it didn't kill me, but it does damage. You're right.
Goddamn straw.
The horror is really good in this though too. When it switches to horror, and the kills in this are really, really good.
It really does switch gears, and that's a good thing. You want to keep them a little bit separated. When it does switch, it switches pretty hard.
Yeah, and I think the big thing too is the set pieces in this movie, which I love. We have the orchard scene. We have the park Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
I love this
You mean the
scene.
merry-go-round?
Yeah,
Merry-go-round.
merry-go-round. Sorry, not the Ferris wheel. Wrong.
That would have been crazy.
Wrong amusement.
Yeah, wrong amusement.
Save that for the second one.
Oh yeah, this was so cool because it was like this deserted merry-go-round, and you have the hard eyes killer, and just the way this was shot and the colors with the black backdrop. I just love the way this looks.
Yeah, it was really good. I thought what was really good about that scene is just the run and chase was very like good. There was some like really good like scenes scattered around it. I think what was funny was Mason Gooden getting the shit beat out of him, and then her just like running away,
Yeah.
ditching him,
And you ditched me.
and then playing into her like running into the merry-go-round. One of my favorite scenes in this movie is Hard Eyes just swinging,
Yeah,
and then you cuts back to Olivia Holt. She looks back, he's gone.
Yeah.
I love that. That's very horror movie-esque. It's very
Yeah.
Michael Myers. I love it. Like, I thought that
Yeah,
was really
there's like
good.
a playful element to this. And getting from this leads into the mystery. And here's my take on the mystery element in this movie, because
That's what made me laugh the most is when they revealed the mystery.
yeah, and getting to the end and the reveal, to me, this movie sets it up where it almost doesn't matter. I don't know if that makes sense to you,
Well,
but
I think it's a slasher trope. It's
Yeah.
a slasher trope of like, oh, they reveal something, but there's no way you could have known it beforehand. There's not really a mystery to solve, you know? It's not like a Knives Out movie where it's like, oh, okay, maybe you could put the pieces together, or you could have some guesses or theories. It's like, no. It's Jason's mom at the end, who was not mentioned the entire first half of the movie.
well, so taking that theory though, right, with Friday the 13th, in that I felt like, okay, they're setting up like, who is this? Because a lot of point of view shots. This felt more like you don't really care because you're invested in the characters and what's going on. And then at the end, it is kind of funny, but you're not like oh, like I'm disappointed or whatever.
Oh no,
'cause
there was no
it's-
disappointment. Yeah, no.
I disagree. I was thoroughly disappointed because, again, I felt like I was taken on this breadcrumb trail of that Jay Simmons guy who was so psychotically nice. I thought he was going to go the other way, and it was going to be this big reveal that he was actually a fucking nut job, crazy serial killer, and we didn't get that.
I thought that was like a little bit more predictable if they had done
That was the red herring.
I'm glad they didn't do that.
Respectfully, Billy Loomis, Scream 1. Most obvious killer ends up being the killer.
And Stu.
And it
too.
works.
Yeah.
I kind of like, though, for the
Sometimes, you know, that
Predictability
is good.
Yeah, when you do it right, for sure. And like that gets into tropes too, because tropes are the way they are and the formula is the way it is because it works. But how many movies really nail it? Not a lot, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So when you nail it like Scream does, okay, this works. It makes sense and is good. I just think for me in this movie, it wasn't a thing. Like I didn't really care about the reveal. And what you're saying about Jay being the killer, I think that would have took away from the actual story of what was going on with Allie too, because then it would have been like, she's right.
Him.
Because like love sucks and like you know it would have taken away I think from the overall story arc that she went through.
That does make sense. As the movie started to progress on, I started to recognize that like this was more than that slasher element trope. Yeah. There's a little more to it.
I just like the reveal of when he pulled the mask off. It's like, it's me. And they're like,
it's like, who the fuck are you? I think the audience probably I had that reaction. I was like, who the fuck are you again?
I remembered him, and I was like, wait, was he in the movie more than did I fall asleep at some point? Was he in the movie more than I thought he was in the movie? But like, no, it's me, the IT guy.
It's always the IT guy.
It's always the butler, man.
Yeah, it's like the butler too. Yeah, I think that this movie too, as soon as they do the reveal, it's just like a matter of fact, boom, right? We're into something else. But I think the funny thing too is Scream is a classic example. It had motive, right? Sydney's mom was sleeping with Billy's dad. We have my boyfriend was killed by you in a car accident. We have I'm an angry fisherman who killed somebody and you tried to kill me, so I'm gonna fucking kill you. This is like, no, there's no motive. This is our kink.
Is there a kink? Everybody's got a fetish.
This is what we do.
That's what we do.
You love it.
I thought that was kind of a fun premise. And I know that's not a big thing because
everyone's got a fetish.
Right.
I feel like Scream was a little bit of a kink thing too. I mean,
well, yeah, when they got into it, I think.
Yeah.
Because what was Stu's motive, right?
It was fun.
Stu was just helping out his friend. He's a good friend.
He wanted fame.
Wanted to be like a movie
Maybe
slasher,
we'll find out
you
in
know?
Scream 7.
I want to talk about the drive-in movie scene because this was fucking awesome. I love this scene.
Oh yeah, I would say the drive-in movie scene and the ending scene were my two favorite horror aspect scenes of this. None of the rom-coms were my favorite, but they were necessary to tell the story.
Yeah, I think this plays into both things, right? Because it's almost like they're on a
throws
date.
up on the
Oh God,
that was awful.
I told you I was not good with blood.
That was awesome. I was like, yes.
Another thing they brought in from earlier where she talks about she wanted to be a nurse.
Again, they do so well with like bringing back those little like subtle things that they talk about. I think they're so good at that. I love when movies do
just
that.
Actively just yerking out the kill. It was so great. And like he's going around randomly killing people.
Yeah.
And just the whole scene. And the fact that there's like they move on after that. They're just like, okay, time to drive home now. Like they just.
I like how when Jay gets taken away by the detective, and she's still chilling in the ambulance with the blanket, and then like the EMT takes the blanket away.
Under the call, so I'm just gonna have to take that hand down.
Just like, get out of here.
Like, scene's over. Get the fuck out of here.
That's kind of funny though and cool because you never see that in horror movies.
No.
That's always the ending shot.
It feels very Naked Gun-esque.
Yeah, you're right. It does.
One of my favorite scenes in this movie is the after the merry-go-round thing where Jay's in the car. She's like, Jay. He's like, no, you ditched me. And then the cops are like, we found this. And he's just in the background like, what?
We found this man in the park wearing this. And in possession of this.
Yeah, they're like, you could be a suspect too. And he's like, what? Like just talking through. Yeah, I love those. It's really good here. I especially love when they're having their heartfelt moment in the van, right? And the couple's in there having sex, plowing away in the
yeah,
back.
just going to town. And like for an uncomfortably long time.
Yeah.
But that's correct. That's what makes it funny is
And then living up to the trope, you have sex, you gotta die. That's the rules.
100%. You're dead men.
What
dead
a
people,
kill, man.
Dead people
Oh,
banging.
yeah, this kill
Dude.
is amazing.
And then he pulled the sword out of his mouth. Oh,
It was a tire iron.
oh.
Iron, yeah. They were pulling it out.
Oh,
to
I
use it as a
thought
weapon.
it was his special.
No, it was a tire iron, sharp end in the guy, the blunt end.
But it was like a sword, and I like how they were pulling it together, like very rom-com-esque.
Oh yeah, when they have to pull it out because they're like, we need a weapon.
Oh.
such a dumb. Yeah, let's get the one weapon here. Like,
You know, the police station 2 had a cool vibe. I don't know why the lights were flickering like they were, but it added.
guy.
It was the IT guy. All right.
well, the
you know how to
lights
fuck with
turned
power.
off. The lights turned off for like, remember that scene where like the lights went out?
Oh,
and
yeah.
So they're just like the shitty police station.
Yeah, I like this too because you have, again, it was cool the juxtaposition because you have the very confined police station with only a couple people going right to the big drive-in movies with tons of people. I loved how they were taking us through these different scenes, culminating in the fucking Crow Church.
I am a crow pervert.
Did you like this, Bearclaw?
Well, I'm going to refer to it as the church, but I'm not going to give you Crow any part of this.
This was shot just like the Crow when Eric Draven opens the doors.
It was like, I mean, the church scene was good, and where they landed it, and like being in the church and having Shaw there come out, and she's like, oh, we're, this is our kink, and the IT guy unmasking. I mean, the church scene, I mean, there's nothing about the church scene that I don't love. I adore everything that happened in the church.
Yeah, I thought at first I was going to be like, fuck, man, this is going to be like one of those like big reveals that like we're going to have to hear exposition. So then like when they get into it, I'm like, oh God, no, this is going to be the worst part. But then all of a sudden it's like, boom, it flips. Yeah. And then it's like chaos, right?
There's a gun with only one bullet in it. What are you going to, and it's like, what makes you think she won't shoot you in the face? Was like, what am I?
That was like my first. I could just tap one of you right in the head.
But
that's what Logan said,
she ends up shooting him in the shoulder. And then she ends up shooting, what's her name there, Shaw, and Fast and Furious movie. Somebody, a YouTuber, pointed this out. Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah. They said that line in the movie.
Where's Devon Sawa during all this? Where did
he died?
He died. Yeah. He got cut from balls to.
Oh yeah, the Hard Eyes Killer put a machete up his balls. I forgot about that.
Oh shit! I must have overlooked that.
It was so funny. I actually didn't even recognize Devon Sawa. I was like, wait, he was in this movie, and I was like, oh, he was Detective Zeke. Oh, yeah. How about that?
Yeah, they said that line in the movie Hobbs and Shaw because when they first attacked on the merry-go-round, they introduced themselves as Hobbs and Shaw, and she just goes, really? Like the Fast and Furious movie?
Like the movie?
I haven't seen it.
And they're like, never seen that before.
I agree. I wish Devon Sawa had a bigger part.
That's my big complaint of this movie. I think they really overlooked the Hobbs and Shaw relationship a lot.
But we finally get, at the end, the straw comes into play, right, Dan? Chekhov's straw
comes into play. I like how her eye goes a little funny when the straw goes in.
That out too.
The breathing,
the breathing was the worst part.
Like the penguin from Toy Story 2.
Yeah, you could hear it like.
And the other guy gets covered in wax, and that was pretty good. And then I gotta be honest, and I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant here. Like, if you like these movies, I think you're entitled to like them. I hate the Fast and Furious movies. Like,
Logan's upset.
They hurt me.
Oh man,
Like,
you're
there's
hurting
like
Logan.
such small tweaks that could be made to them to make them so much better.
Wait, you don't like Dwayne The Rock Johnson in the Arctic on a submarine, bullet submarine, controlling a missile with his arm? You're telling me you can't get behind that?
I do not edit any of my previous statements. I hate those movies.
They went to the moon.
Did they drive a Range Rover to the moon?
Yeah,
that was
maybe.
All
they
did
taped-
Ludacris
they
take a
taped
Range Rover
rockets
to the moon?
car.
He might have.
Yeah, because they might have. Because why not? Like, I mean, I get it. I get the idea.
Why not?
And they did it for family.
Don't turn your back on family.
Right? Like,
It's always about family.
Obviously.
It's all about family. But they don't make a lot of sense to me. And
They're not supposed to.
I hate
Sometimes
Joanna
family doesn't
Brewster's
make sense.
character in them so much, and I hate how she's the love interest in the first one because she seems like the most uninteresting woman in the entire movie, and for some reason, like,
We should get back to Hard Eyes.
Yeah, Paul Walker but I mean, when her head just comes off in this movie, I mean,
Was that a satisfying moment for you?
it was right up there. Listen, I'm sure Joanna Brewster is a fine person. I wish nothing in real life, but just in this movie, it was art to me. I was just like cinema, like just seeing her head come off because I just don't like her in the Fast and Furious movies, and it's for family. Yep, there they are going to the moon. It was just art to me that happened, and I really enjoyed it. And yeah, that's it was like the kill from Santa Slays where Rebecca.
That was going to be my follow-up question for you. Which one?
It was as satisfying.
Which one?
As
If you had to pick one,
I love it, Bearclaw.
it was as satisfying. I couldn't. That'd be a real Sophie's choice for me because I like them both so much.
This gore scene is amazing, by the way. I mean, these effects are phenomenal.
Yeah, they didn't skimp on any of that.
That's why, like, if you like horror, you're gonna like this movie, right?
I mean, feel like it, yeah.
I don't know. Dan, what's your thoughts on the ending? Did the pay off for you? I know other than Jay not being the killer, that was your one thing.
Yeah, I mean, like that final kill at the end where they take care of Shaw was pretty brutal, and just like blade just sticking out of her throat, and it's just gravity taking over. Just
art.
Oh my god. Logan too, this was like a good throw into St. Valentine, right? Who was beheaded as well, right?
Yeah.
That was a good tie-in.
Connected all the dots.
I think that's like one of my big things with a lot of movies where like you got to tie all the knots, you got to tie up all the loose ends, and this movie did a really good job of doing that for the most part. I think my only big complaint of the ending was just I felt like it was too easy for them. Like they kind of just took out these like people, and there was no issues towards the end. It was like a happy-go-lucky, but that's a Hallmark movie.
The rom-com, yeah. That's
and they
the
lived
rom-com.
happily ever after.
Yeah.
See, you can't have any complaints because then it just backs up with that's what the movie was going for.
That's the intentional satire, and
I really do like this ending. I was at first a little bit, like I said, worried that this was going to take the very just exposition, but going into chaos, I love this ending. It's perfect. And like you said too, this is the way a rom-com should end in theory, right?
They were in a pink Cadillac at a drive-in, that could never exist in real life. And he was like, "Oh, do you want to move in with me?" And she's like, "How about we get married?" Like, come on, like that's rom-com.
Don't you think this drive-in should be closed too? Because you had.
It was a year later.
And isn't it the same day still? Isn't it like 3:00 in the morning?
It was a year later.
Oh, it's 1 year later.
It was 1 year.
Oh, okay. So when all of their friends and family were murdered and stuff, they were celebrating together with a marriage proposal. That makes sense.
In closing, they just announced literally yesterday that the script is complete for Hard Eyes 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What are your guys' thoughts on the sequel? Bearclaw, you said no earlier.
That's got a tall mountain to climb, because if they try and do the same thing again, it's going to seem played out to me. If you've seen the original Hard Eyes, if they try and do it like that, I don't know. It's got a lot of challenges. I'm not saying it can't be done. They pulled a hat trick with this movie, but it's going to be a real uphill battle.
Dan, what's your thoughts?
I think if they do that, I would like to see Allie and Jay become the Hard Eyes killer.
Oh.
It becomes
the
their
other one.
kink. The whole thing fucks them up, and they're like, you know what? This is shit. They were onto something.
Oh, I kind of like that. Logan, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I knew that it was coming when I first saw the movie because I saw the interviews afterwards, and both the actors were pretty like low key about it. They were like, it was when they were asked, they were like, well, I mean, it's hard to not see a sequel with this because there's so much potential. I think like when you have a slasher like this, it's hard to like say no to that because there's so much untapped diamonds there. Like I think
there's untapped revenue is what they're going to do.
Yeah.
They're going to just soak it until they can't. I mean, that's just the way that they make anything that proves itself out with a certain percentage return. It's pretty much guaranteed to get a sequel.
But this movie only did like 30 mil.
It made its money back. And then some.
Plus some, yeah. There was profit there.
Yeah, plus they didn't put any promotion into it. So you got to figure if they actually did put something into it, it probably...
And if you listen to, and there was really insightful, and listen, I mean, I think Joe has some good episodes and some bad episodes, but like Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were on there, and they were talking about the movie business, and they were talking about how when you make a movie nowadays, you almost have to take the budget to actually make the movie and then double or triple of it just to try and promote the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a huge part of the budget of the movie is just in the marketing of the movie.
Right.
So, I mean, that's where, you know, if you're able to have a movie that's profitable, that requires very little marketing, you've actually got something that is really valuable and really ups your profit. You know, if you market it that much, that's that much more money you have to make up for.
Doesn't that also like kind of tie in with, I think they were also talking about like the loss of DVD sales and that like having to beef up marketing so that you get more people into the theaters now versus the worrying about the back end and like DVD purchases, the Blu-rays and all the other good shit.
Yeah, it's a whole new cost structure for the movie business. And it's tough to get people into and they talked about this on the episode too. It's tough to get people to go to theaters now. Why would you go to theater? You know, it's tough. Everybody's got a massive big screen TV in their basement, you know, like or in their homes. Like it's a tough sell to get people out the door.
Yeah, I think this would be actually thinking about what you were saying about like how could you kind of recreate this is going to be an uphill battle. I mean, even if you just went straight slasher with Hard Eyes, there's some meat on the bone here and get more on the killer side. And I'd even like to see Dan's theory of making them the killers and go from there. Because
I honestly want there to be, instead of, and I've been pitching this for a horror movie for years, is why not follow the killer's perspective throughout the movie instead of just the like main protagonist?
I believe they did, and it was called A Violent Nature.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Not that
fantastic movie, actually.
Walking through. Well, the problem is with that is they didn't do any of the protagonist perspective because there wasn't a protagonist.
Actually, no,
it was a protagonist.
Actually, there's a tie into this because that was a very innovative slasher movie, and this, to me, is a very innovative slasher movie where they're both likely getting sequels. How do you do a sequel for these two movies?
I think it's in a Violent Nature. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, it's just going to be putting said killer in a slightly different, you know, put him in Manhattan or
well, you could do the same with the HEK killer. Put him in Manhattan.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say the HEK killer is environmental because I mean we went through several.
Put him at a Sandals.
Yeah, put him at a Sandals resort.
Oh my god!
You do like a Club Dread.
Oh my god!
Do the Club Dread thing with the broken lizards there.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it can't be done or that it shouldn't be done. I'm just saying it's gonna be difficult to maintain the same level of quality as this movie's, but probably not gonna do
hard with a sequel.
Yeah.
Well, here's my two big things I want for a new sequel. If we are going to get a sequel to top it, is one, new location. You can't just stick with Seattle because you pretty much played with that with a lot of scenes in the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Second one is you need, and this is the big complaint of the first one, you need a cast of characters, man. You can't just rely on your two people. You need to like have a little bit of fresh faces so that we're not seeing the same people all the time.
Maybe little Cupid shows up.
Yeah. or
the
Daddy,
white chocolate.
Black Daddy.
The white chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think, like, if you want to bring Olivia Holt, I'm sure Olivia Holt and Mason Gooding are already signed on to it, but, like, you know, bringing in the friend or maybe even her sugar daddy to come in.
I do not have a sugar daddy. That term is very problematic. I have a sponsor.
You don't know who he is.
I know. I was telling Logan it'd be amazing at the final scene was we finally meet the sugar daddy and it's Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves.
Hey, baby. Let's head to the wrap up. Do you have any conspiracy theories, hot takes, or odds and ends for Hard Eyes?
Who do you guys think would win in a fight, the miner or the heck killer?
Heck killer's got like actual like weapons and shit. I feel like the miner
but the miner's got grit, man.
Miner's scarier.
Yeah, miner is definitely scarier.
Well, it doesn't matter if they're scarier. It's who's gonna win in a fight.
Yeah.
I think it's Heck. Because he's got arrows and shit. He can go from like long distance.
Yeah, but I feel like the miner would kind of brush those off. I feel like the miner's.
What is he, Michael Myers?
I feel like he's more on the spectrum towards Michael Myers than because I mean they were all things considered. All three of the Hard Eyes killers were all dispatched relatively easily.
And if you think about it, the miner killed our boy. Hollis.
Yeah, and Hollis is a tough motherfucker. I mean, so
put him down. So
yeah,
you can't put the Hard Eyes killer down.
I'm gonna stick with Hard Eyes. I think that's
Dan, what do you think?
You guys make a very. I'm just listening to ideas. I didn't really have an opinion on it, but you guys with the miner, it makes a lot of sense. He had a lot more adversity. I would say
Hollis
wasn't really targeting couples. He had
a bigger cast he had to work through. But here's the caveat, right? Here's where it gets down to brass tacks. Where's the environment they're at?
Was this super fight?
Is it in the mines? Because obviously the miner.
Is it all three heck killers versus one miner or one Harry Warden, or is it Harry Warden versus one of the three killers?
And that wouldn't be a fair fight.
This is on the door.
Harry Warden would destroy all three
from the We are in the Tetra Superdome for this fight. We're just that would be a crazy fight.
Oh man, I love the question. Anything else?
Yeah. Just have a hot take. I like this better than the Thanksgiving movie. I thought it was a far superior movie to that.
I rock with that.
As far as modern themed slasher movies go, I like this one way better.
Yeah, so my big thing is I have to agree with Bearclaw, but I think there was a lot of good horror movies last year, and I think like Hard Eyes was definitely top. If I had to say like one that was almost like on the same level as Clown in a Cornfield, I thought they did like a really good job of getting like teenager. Like I think both movies are so realistic. It's really good that we're getting realistic horror back into the genre, because I think that was missing for a while is like relatability with characters, and I think now that we're having actual casting directors as well as like people that are on call that are actually like they're good at their job. They're not just like 40-year-olds playing 20-year-olds, like we actually have people that look their age, act their age, and kind of emote as their own characters. If there is a sequel coming, we should get more of that. Like I think there should be more of like relatability with it, and it's fine if you don't want to do as much rom-com, because like Bearclaw said, you have enough in this movie, but if you do a second one, it's going to be a little too much of that, so you don't want to overdo it. If they have the same people tied to it, I think it could be very good.
For me, I have a little conspiracy theory here. I think Detective Shaw was actually Delilah from The Faculty. Still an alien.
Ooh.
And she changed her name and started becoming a killer as her king, right?
Oh.
We also have Detective Hobbs, who was really known as Anton from Idle Hands and changed his name.
And got a hand transplant.
And he worked with Debbie from Idle Hands as, he's going to stop all evil. So he was chasing Delilah down and he was about to make his move and kill her, but she got there in time and stopped him. So,
well,
he was making moves all right.
Yeah.
I think that was IT guy that killed him.
Oh.
Yeah. IT guy was dressed in the full costume, and also I don't think she has the strength to lift him.
Well, what ended up happening anyways, follow me here.
Sorry to yuck your yum.
Anton, he couldn't stop smoking pot. So he was smoking a lot of pot still as Detective Hobbs. Right.
Which is fair.
And he forgot what he was really there to do.
Yeah,
kind of fell in love with her.
Yeah.
All his mission went out the window. But that's how I tied all these in.
Very good.
Oh my God.
Remember, it's all about family.
The 6 Degrees of Devon Sawa.
Oh,
Just remember, it's a theory.
A film theory.
It's a film theory. One of my odds and ends is Mason Gooding is the son of Cuba Gooding Jr.
I
no
thought of
shit.
that, yeah. I was like, dude, that
that.
name sounds so familiar.
Cuba Gooding Jr. was in one of my favorite rom-coms of all time.
Jerry Maguire?
Jerry Maguire.
Show me the money.
Show me the money!
Show me the money!
You had me at hello.
The human head weighs 8 pounds.
It's time for our Hall of Slain. Our Hall of Slain are characters that have died in the movies we review that would help us get through and survive a horror movie because we are the final girl. Are there any characters from Hard Eyes you would like to nominate?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd like to nominate Zeke Hobbs. Strategically, he gives you access to a full arsenal of military-grade police weaponry.
Yep.
Specifically,
Dang.
so we can get our boy Devon Sawa a spot in the hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was going with.
Yeah. Unanimous Hall of
Yeah,
Slainer.
unanimous.
Of course.
Nathan,
Yeah,
hit the
of
gavel
course.
sound. Devon Sawa. What, is he a lieutenant? Detective, right? Detective Hobbs?
Sure.
Yes.
Fuck, he's Miles the Madness Hall of Slainer. That's what he is. That's the only title that matters. Anybody else?
You don't want Jordana Brewster?
Jordana Coogster.
No, I don't want her.
What about the IT guy?
I mean, the Logan wing, she's welcome in the Logan wing. But
I know he didn't die, but maybe we could put Tommy in Logan's wing.
Which one was
So
Tom?
is that the British ex-boyfriend?
Not the gay dude. Wait a minute, not like
Wait a minute. Not that there's anything wrong.
No.
with that.
No. That's not what I'm saying. Not what I'm saying.
What's
Not what I'm saying.
The Logan wing is not accepting of all.
We have gay people in the wing. We have gay
I feel
people
like
in the
you're.
wing.
I think
He
you feel like
has
you're.
he has
I feel
the
like your
leather
wing is
daddies.
the most fabulous.
I
wing.
have gay people in my wing.
Tommy is Crystal Kane's right hand.
He's the guy that was
there.
like a dick to Allie because he was like, I don't think so. And then she's like, thanks, Tommy. I don't want
Okay.
him though. That was a very niche
All
reference.
right,
That's just
I was
because I
just
was
putting it out.
complaining about him. I think for me, I want Jordana Brewster, but
She was one of the killers.
I
Isn't
also
that kind of the fox in the hen house?
We're gonna lose Logan.
look. I am nominating people that have the most chance of killing people in my wing, so that we can minimize who's in my wing.
He's actually helping us out because we gotta fund his wing.
He's got to prune some bushes.
Look, you have to hire an exterminator to ransack your house.
All
You know,
right,
if you have animals.
Detective Shaw.
I mean, it's,
But
it's
also-
all about family in the Logan
but
wing,
also
so.
the Uber driver.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the. all right. First off, Logan, hit the it's family for Logan.
Look at our family now.
It's family.
Family.
Vin Diesel.
Now voting the cab driver into our Hall of Slain.
Yeah,
right?
he's like an Uber driver.
Yeah, he was the cabbie.
It's not memorable enough for me to be like, yes, I want
I'll
that.
vote him in, but I
Sure.
don't remember him at all.
Yeah, agreed on
Log,
that.
you want him in?
Yeah.
All right. Let's gavel sound.
Uber driver.
No, he's in our whole thing. You just get Jordana Brewster.
Yeah.
What about the hippie couple?
That's Logan wing material all over.
I don't want them. That's why we're gonna nominate.
I mean, they're just, you've got some very passionate, love making that'll happen in the back of the clown car.
Van?
In the clown car?
I'm good.
All right, let's go.
Nathan, you know what to do.
No, I'm not nominating them. I'm taking.
Couple.
Wait a minute.
Hit the sex sounds.
Wait a minute though.
And then the horn.
maybe alternate between the two.
Wait a minute. So You guys get my guy, the Uber driver, and I get these sex people.
Sounds fair to me.
Again, when they're in Oliver's lane,
You guys didn't even like the Uber guy. Why don't I get him?
he's also yours.
I want him just in mine. You guys don't deserve him. You guys get the sex
You
people.
got 2 for 1, man.
You got 3. You got a thruple over there.
I don't want the throuple.
And you get the van too. Like Dan said, the van comes with them too.
They're attached, literally.
Oh man, we're on to hook, line, and stinker. Our hook is our favorite kill of the movie. Our line is our favorite line or quote in the movie. And our stinker is something funny, awful, or weird that happens that makes the movie either better or worse. My hook is the couple having sex in the van. And the fucking sword or tire iron right through the mouth. And then he pushes her mouth through.
On the blunt end.
Oh my God. This reminded me too. Dan, I don't know if you remember the Texas Chainsaw remake at all,
where she
shoots herself and they have that same image, right? The pan through. Oh my God.
That motherfucker who said brains looks like lasagna. I couldn't eat lasagna for a solid 2 or 3 years.
God. My line is actually nothing specific, but the TV reports that were throughout this.
The hard-eyes killer has come to Seattle. 4 victims have now been claimed at a winery.
I really love because they give me the impending doom. The HEK killers out there, you're not safe. What are you doing on Valentine's Day? Get inside. And I love that stuff. This gets me to my stinker because my stinker is, I don't think there's enough HEK killer in this, but I think the balance is with some of the reporting and things like that, is it's still making it like he could be anywhere. And then eventually when we get him in that closet scene, it's like, boom, out of nowhere. And I love that because it lulls you into a false sense of security. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dan, how about you?
My hook was also the couple getting killed with the tire iron. That was such a cool spot sequence. Good callback to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. My line, Fran, detective.
Got an HWW out front. What do you want me to do with her?
HWW.
Hysterical white woman.
I'll handle her.
I'll handle her. Stinker, and this stinker also reminded me maybe this could be another Logan Wing entry. Allie hitting Heart Eyes Killer in the face with her double duty sex toy. I would like to nominate the double duty sex toy to the
Logan's Wing.
We don't need that.
With the couple.
Mrs. Mac has her own.
Oh God, she's got the wine
what
bottle.
What did you say? Those girls will be climbing flagpoles or something like that?
Yeah.
This is Max added some kind of saying.
Yeah,
like
she was like, if what'd she say? If full
Nathan,
tower,
put
they
it
would
in.
climb.
These broads, the leaning tower of Pisa, if they can get up there.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Oh man, Bearclaw, how about you?
Okay, so I kind of ruined my hook before, but it's all about family and seeing Joanna Brewster go down. Shaw's death.
Coup de grace.
Yes, it was a coup de grace. Oh, it was wonderful. It was like eating from a fine charcuterie board. But like just seeing, like, it was just such a cool scene because it was also like the climax of the movie. She had already gotten the straw in her face, and then seeing her go against a sword and then her head kind of come off. I was just like, yes. Or there's that one Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's like pointing at the TV, and I was like, yes, yes. So that was cool. I thought that was a really good hook. There was a lot of good hooks in this movie, but that was one that stood out in my mind. My line is,
these muscles were not made for violence; they're for cuddling.
They're made for cuddling. That was kind of, I saw that line as like the perfect intersection of the rom-com and horror.
Yeah.
Like that was like one of the points where they weren't distinct and kind of melted together, and I thought that was fun. And then my stinker was, I just didn't think Devon Sawa was used enough in this movie. I think that they needed to have more Devon Sawa. I needed more Sawa.
I agree. Logan.
So my hook, I have 2.
Oh.
That weren't previously stated, which is kind of surprising, but there was a lot of good kills in this movie. The winery kill.
Has to be mentioned.
And then the second one that I think is really underrated is the flagpole kill, because I knew it was coming a mile away, but holy shit, that was awesome. Where kill the cop with the flagpole, like executioner style.
Yeah, that was Fran, I believe.
Yeah, the cop there.
Don't remember that.
Yeah, that was in the police station.
Oh, I know it. I know where it took place. It's
Blind.
My basement just flooded.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you gotta like. It's too good. My stinker, vomit. I'm not a big vomit fan. I think like the sound of it just makes me like.
That was pretty gross. Though,
Makes
but it was
me
pretty
like
good too.
Gag. It's really bad.
Any honorable mentions?
Hobbs kill.
Oh, where he got the
balls to the.
Oh god.
I had another stinker. I just felt like the reveal, like there being 3 kill. I felt too much like Scream 6.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That would be my big critique, maybe, for the killer reveal at the end. And
I mean, I had it as an honorary stinker just because of the fact that we talked about it, but it's the fact that this movie was very, very cringe. Like there were some moments where I'm like, oh, like I literally had like at least like 12 or like so like moments in this movie where I shuddered with cringe because it was just so much, but it's supposed to be like that. So
it's time for our final rating.
They're gonna rate the movie. What will they rate the movie? The killer is great, the victim sucks, the survivor is in between. What was that?
If this is your first time listening, we have a 3-tier rating system. Killer is the best and is worth 1 star on Letterboxd. Survivor is our middle tier, which is worth a half star on Letterboxd. And finally, the dreaded victim, which is 0 stars. We also have the ability, once per year, to deploy the dark star. For Letterboxd purposes, we each are able to raise or lower our overall star rating on a movie by up to 1 full star. The Dark Star. For me, Hard Eyes is a killer. This is one of my new favorites. It is something different. I love how it combines a rom-com and a slasher movie. I love the HEK killer. And I think what this movie does really effectively is it combines classic horror and modern horror, and it really gives me the best of both worlds. I think it's fun and scary, and I really had a good time with it. This is one that actually is a 5-star killer for me. Like, I'm gonna purchase this on physical media because it's that good. Dan, how about you?
This is a really tough call for me to make. I really like this movie, and I continue to revisit this, and I can't move past it. I like it all the way up to the point with the killer reveal. It lost points for me. I think sometimes, as I mentioned earlier, going with the obvious choice to be the killer isn't the worst thing in the world to see. Again, Billy Loomis was my example. You can make a reveal still shocking, even if it's obvious. I think the people attached to this project also had the ability to execute like a Jay Simmons is the Hard Eyes killer angle. Like, I really think they're so good at writing in this script. They make really entertaining movies, and I'm looking forward to covering Logan's next pick when it comes up. Again, I give it a Survivor.
Bearclaw.
Awesome. So, like, this was, again, you know, there's my brain and my heart, and hearing a killer or a survivor, I think both of those are justified. I honestly think that because it made me laugh and it did it intentionally, and the things it did it intentionally, I think I'm going to upgrade this to a killer, because I initially kind of came in with a survivor, but it's hard. I mean, it was to take these two genres and mix them together and keep it entertaining and keep it moving and also make me laugh when I think that they wanted me to laugh and not laugh at it. I was laughing with it, and I was recognizing what they were doing, just because I've seen so many rom-coms and slasher movies that I recognize the tropes and what they were trying to do there. Even though the killer's a little bit bland, I still think they did something interesting and worth examining. So if I'm going to call both of the Pooh Bear movies killers, then I think I got to call this one a killer too.
Love it, Bearclaw. Logan.
Yeah, this is an absolute killer for me. I think like this movie is just perfect. It ties both kind of genres together and makes like a perfect balance. I agree with Bearclaw. I don't think like the killers were necessarily like exactly what I wanted it to be, but I think what they did to get to the dance and after it was really important. Like, I think they really made them like well defined as a killer group. I think like the romance between Allie and Jay was really well put together. The different scenes they had were like really funny, but also serious, had like horrorness. Like, it's just all the emotions with this movie. I think like it really does the next gen horror genre justice.
Love it. Nathan, our producer, gave his rating, and he said, the romance is charming, the jokes are funny, and the kills are great. The twist is lame as hell, but that didn't stop me from having fun with this one, Survivor. So not bad.
I think it's Survivor or Killer would be justified depending on how you look at this movie.
Yeah, for sure. We also asked you, our audience, what your thoughts were on Hard Eyes. From Coffin Maker _video. Sucked. Thumbs down emoji. It's not for everybody.
I feel like if you really, really hate this movie, I feel like you almost didn't get the joke. You know what I mean? Like
it's like the joke went over your head, kind of. Like.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that our viewers that they might have just not liked the joke too. Like
yeah,
that could also be a part of it too. It didn't.
Yeah,
it's not that it didn't go over their head; they just simply didn't like it.
You know, it's opinionated.
From Melanie _St. George, I love this movie. We need more romantic comedy horrors. Huge fan of Josh Rubin, and he nailed this movie. Perfect mix of comedy and slasher. From Modern Monstrous, I love this movie. It was a fun Hallmark horror mashup. It struggled with the pacing, but I wish there were more movies like this. From Out of the Darkness Productions, I ended up really loving this one. I love the HEK killer's look. The kills are great, and I thought the cast did a great job. This one is a killer. From Lost Prophet 30, I thought it would bore me, but I actually loved it. And finally, from Dissect That Film Pod, I had a blast with this one. A great mix of slasher and rom-com with a twist you may see coming, but you still have fun with the reveal. I want more slashers like this. Well, thank you all so much for your comments. If you would like to comment on any of the movies we review, go to our Instagram page at mouse.of.madness or write to us at thepaddedroom@outlook.com and we'll read them off on our next episode. Before we end the episode, we want to embrace the madness and let you all know what we've been up to. Well, I teased it earlier, but on Straight Jacket Talk, we just did an episode on Valentine from 2001, another Valentine's Day slasher. This one is a blast from the past. We kind of get into like if we think it's good or it's not good and where it lands. I think the problem with this movie is it suffered a little bit after the Columbine stuff, so a lot of the horror stuff is very tame, which I think hurt this movie. But definitely listen to our review because I think we have a lot of cool things to say on it, and it ties perfectly, I think, into this one as well. I also watched a movie called Night of the Scarecrow from 1995. This was one of the first horror movies I ever saw as a kid, and our pals Movie Dumpster has it for free on YouTube streaming. I think they have special permission because they also interviewed the director, so it's really cool. I've never seen like an HD upload of this. I've only seen VHS or like horrible YouTube copies of this, so it's really cool. It's an amazing 90s weird slasher movie. I recommend it. It's all over the place.
That seems your vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
You like Halloween 5.
Yeah, it's kind of Halloween 6-esque, for sure.
Oh.
Dan, how about you?
Oh, no.
Well, I've been getting a little bit back into some gaming. I picked up Blasphemous, which is...
solid game.
It's a very good game. It's like Dark Souls meets a side scroller, and it's also in the vein of Super Metroid. So it's got like 3 or 4 different genres going on with it. I beat the first story of it. There's like the best part about it, there's like a replayability to it. There's like different storylines. So I beat 1, I got like storyline B. So I'm thinking about going back and trying to replay through it and get a different ending. Another game I picked up recently is Cult of Lamb.
Oh.
And
one
that's
of my favorites.
It's another pretty fun game where you basically are a lamb that gets sacrificed and you are resurrected by a demon, and you are tasked with creating a cult to take down the people that sacrificed you to begin with. And it's got some roguelite elements to it. It's got some RPG elements to it. It's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it.
You're now a priest for the one who waits.
Yes.
Bearclaw, how about you?
I finished up season 2 of the Creep Tapes. Again, excellent show on Shudder. If you get a chance, he didn't disappoint. Can't recommend it enough. In anticipation of the new Resident Evil game that I think is coming out next month, I hopped back into Resident Evil 2. I am kind of a Resident Evil pervert, so I do love those games. I'm trying to play a different storyline in Resident Evil 2 Remake, and it's one of my like all-time favorite games, so I'm really excited to be back into it.
Nathan's gonna edit out the Resident Evil part and just keep, I am a pervert.
I am kind of a pervert. I am a crow pervert. Oh, damn it.
He's gonna edit that whenever you have
I'm gonna pour water on this laptop.
Oh, man. He got you, Bearclaw.
Can't rain all the time, Bearclaw.
I'm still gonna put my Art the Clown crow fan fiction in.
I want to read it. Let's go.
I do not.
Logan, how about you?
I mean, this is kind of like, I think the first time I really haven't had much, because I think we did pretty quick like into this for Hard Eyes. One of the big things I did watch recently was the new Marvel show, Wonder Man. I finished that like today. I thought it's probably the best Marvel show since probably like the beginning of the Marvel show. I thought it's very different, very unique. It's not my kind of cup of tea because it's like, it's very much like the Seth Rogen show, The Studio.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really love that kind of comedy because it's mostly like intricate episodes that kind of just are building up to the finale. But it's still really good. Like, I think the acting is really done well. It's definitely like the first, one of my big things I love about it. It's the first like real big mutant show that has like the involved mutant world. Because like there's certain like characters like the X-Men that we know of, but this is like the first in this universe that's like really like, oh yeah, this guy is full on mutant like level, when it's like, oh man, now we're getting like the X-Men involved. I'm in. I love the X-Men, so any version of that, I will eat it up. And then one of the big things I did just reread is Batman The Long Halloween. I love that comic book so much. I think it's legitimately one of the best, not just comic books, but one of the best books ever made. Like, it's just, the writing is fabulous. The artwork is just stunning. And I think like the twists and turns it takes is just like, I want to see it in a movie. And with the now news of the Batman 2 having Sebastian Stan, who's one of my favorite like actors in Marvel, with Scarlett Johansson to play Harvey Dent and his wife, who are literally the main part of The Long Halloween. And for a guy who is like Matt there, who has said it time and time again, he takes his ideas from the different comic books like The Long Halloween and makes me like go, okay, we're getting The Long Halloween as a movie.
Oh,
like I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, if you've enjoyed the show, please join us now on our Patreon. You can be a fully patched in member of Madness for only $1. You'll have early access to all of our episodes, the opportunity to pick a movie for an upcoming episode, exclusive bonus content, and you'll get to be a part of our shoutouts at the end of each episode. Speaking of, we want to thank Jen, Eddie, and Kate so much for your support. We really appreciate y'all. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Mouths of Madness on your favorite audio platform and YouTube. If you've enjoyed your descent into madness, rate us 5 stars and leave a review. You can find us on Instagram at mouths.of.madness. Check out our new Straight Jacket Talk episode on Valentine now on our YouTube channel at Mouths of Madness. Finally, write to Bearclaw at the Padded Room at outlook.com and let him know if you prefer chocolates or conversation hearts.
Yeah, let me know what is your Valentine's Day fancy and what really gets things between you and your significant other rocking and rolling.
I thought you said fantasy. I was like, I don't know if you want to go there.
Don't send those stuff.
Send your fantasies to Bearclaw at the Padded Room.
Bearclaw, I have this Fast and Furious fantasy.
Well, I was thinking about what's that song with like Ludacris where he's like, well, what's your fantasy?
Oh, Fast and Furious. Furious?
It's all about family. And also, if you want to tell me about your thoughts on the Fast and Furious movies, feel free to email me at thepaddedroom@outlook.com. Just know that I'm a Fast and Furious hater, unfortunately.
Wow.
And it's not all about family.
I'm at Bearclaw.
Come at me, bro.
Bring your
Threw what at him?
Wait a minute. I think I had an orgasm.
That's it?
That does it for our review on Hard Eyes. We'll be back soon with another episode, and we're going to be reviewing Scream 2. But until then, back to the padded room with you. Well, back on Mad Love. Hey, we had a little incident earlier where all the killers converged on one location with their co-eds. Can you believe this? Let's get to the footage.
You guys suck on arrows.
Man, what are you doing? Easy, man. Easy.
I got your diaper.
Oh my God, there's some diaper rash going. Hey, guys.
What the hell was the baby oil?
Let's settle this out. Hey, this is about love. This is all about love. I knew I should have been on Temptation Island.
Guys, I'm just trying to enjoy my day with Jordana Brewster, man.
Oh my God.
Easy, man. Easy.
Hey, settle down. It's all about love. All about love. About love.
Why are you Michael Jackson now?